Still have a stitch marker in here. 2! Oh my gosh. Get rid of those. Hi, and welcome to Not That Deep, where we're not that deep, but we also realize it's not that deep. This jumper was originally supposed to be mainly this material and have potentially a bit of a crochet collar detail, mock neck, wide arms, again of just this fleecy material. And as you can see, it is completely different. I ran out of fabric, and then in trying to make it work with the yarn and crochet details, I ran out of yarn. And it was all supposed to be due for the Knit and Stitch Festival, where I was planning to wear this and what I was making it for. And at the very last minute, like I was in crunch, it was happening. It was working, we were making progress. And then I ran out of everything. And there was no way, in my head anyway, to salvage it without putting in an order for more yarn. So that's happened now. And as you can see, it's done. I really wanted to have long sleeves, and now I have long sleeves. So yeah, it's been a journey. Honestly, like if you saw the last video, you know that this jumper and I had been through it. But you know, we got through it and here we are. So happy days. I now have filled in shoulders, so I didn't really go for the cold shoulder look. But what do we think? So a few things to point out. If you have not watched the last video, the part 1 of this, I will link it in the description and on the card. You can probably click up here. It was going so well, so well. No, actually that's not even true. It just kept getting worse. Oh, it's soft. It is quite soft. Is there enough here for a jumper? I don't think there is. There is definitely not. Okay. Ooh. Okay, see, I should have opened it. So, we can't make a jumper. What can we make with it? I need to think about this. Give me a moment. It was problem after problem after problem. If I had enough fabric, yeah, I think I could have got it done in time for Knit and Stitch, but it didn't turn out that way. So, yeah. But it's done now. So, you know, no point crying over spilt milk. What do we think? I just love how low it sits on my fingers, like on my hand. Wait. But it's mine. Okay, you know what? Fine. I think part of the reason why I can say I actually kind of enjoyed making it was because I didn't count. Now, the keen-eyed among you, I'm sure, will be able to tell that I did not count my stitches. And quite frankly, where is the fun in counting stitches? Well, I don't know. It doesn't work for me. I just like the process of crocheting. Like, that's what does it for me. So yeah, I didn't count my stitches, but I kind of like freestyled where I wanted my bubbles to turn up and also the shape of the sort of armhole. So I do actually really want to learn how to use a French curve. I've seen people doing that and it looks really cool. So yeah, that's another thing on the list of things to learn. But I managed to get it so that it sort of does what it needs to do. But yeah, so I've put together 3 looks as to how I would normally. What are they doing now, man? I've put together 3 looks. One a little bit what I call my action man look, and then I've put together a bit of a smarter look, and then I've also put together a more casual look. So let's go and have a look at those, and then we can sit down and have a little bit of a chat afterwards. Are they a hit or a miss? What would you change? Let me know. So this is one look. Originally, I didn't love it. I have to say, I really didn't love it. But it's growing on me. I mean, it's different. Originally, when I got to, almost being done, I had really wanted the arms to be like completely in this sort of jersey fabric. But now that they're sort of puffy, I feel like it gives it a bit more, a little bit something, a little bit extra. So it's like extra shoulder detail, I think. But is that just in my head? I mean, by all means, shoot me down, let me know. But so far, this is what it looks like. It is quite warm, which I'm very pleased with. So the inner of this does have a bit of fleece. And I used a little bit of a lighter grey to do sort of some edging detail on the sleeves. So yeah, that's the current situation. Like, I quite like it. What do we think? It's also my very first crochet wearable that isn't bag, scarf, hat that I've actually ever made. But obviously it's partially sewn as well. So it's a bit of a mix of that sewing and crochet skill that I've put together to get to this point. So I am really pleased with it. I think it has taught me that I think I probably can venture into the world of wearables a bit more. Like, I always find it a little bit more intimidating because it's larger pieces and it covers such a larger surface area. But with these, I did do the stitches really loose, so you can see all the way through into that, and it is like breezy but warm at the same time. The yarn is a wool mix, if I remember correctly, so I'll put that on the screen. But yeah, like, I'm so pleased with it, how it came out. It was just annoying that originally I hadn't or didn't have enough of my original materials that I was supposed to be using for the project. In hindsight, I should probably plan better. But this is sort of in the same vein as reading the manual, so it's probably going to take me at least 50 more lived experiences before I actually do something about that. But so far, I mean, it did really require me to be creative. And I think it's got me to do that. I don't think it's turned out that bad. Or has it? I mean, let me know. Constructive criticism is always welcome. So go ahead. I think things I would change if I had to change anything is I have some slits down the side, down each side of the jumper, and ironically, I would have made them longer because I feel like sometimes I want to do a front tuck. And what I was hoping is that I could do a front tuck, tuck in the front, leave out the back. But it's the slit's not long enough for me to do that at the moment. Also, my measuring, ooh, child. Yeah, send help. The joy wasn't necessarily in the planning for me. Like, I already knew I didn't really want to spend loads and loads of time on that. However, what I will take away from this project is that I probably need to know what I'm starting off with before I have any sort of semblance of a plan, you know? Like, it would have been better to know that I was starting off with such limited material because I probably would have just used it to make something else. That being said, it did really cause me to be creative about how I used the material I did have and finding ways to bridge the gap, which I'm quite proud of. So actually, it wasn't a negative, but I think going forward, I probably would want to be aware of, the constraints that I've applied on myself before I begin a project. I'm liking it. I am liking it. Like I said, it has grown on me. So, like I say, it's not perfect. I know it's not perfect. You can probably see it's not perfect. But I think it's doing what it needs to do. I'm warm. I'm cozy. That was the spec. I gave myself something nice and cozy. So, mission accomplished. I'm so pleased it's finally done. If you enjoyed this video and you love creative chaos, then by all means, feel free to give me a follow. And I'm pretty sure I will deliver on more chaos. It's just what I do. So, but honestly, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.